Yeah, no, suddenly she's like, just, yeah. Not amount of targets on her today.
What's that?
We're having one of those. They call them the Day of Truth and Freedom.
Oh, yeah.
It's about 2:30.
No.
So tickets are required.
What's wrong? Oh, lovely.
Yeah.
How the hell did they get their hands in riot shields?
Who knows? Okay, SSM Part 2. Again, Stanstead, right? Is how you say it?
Well,
Stanstead? You think is how you say it?
Stanstead, yep. Stanstead College.
Out of Stanstead, Quebec. Maybe they're not here.
Or they just don't want to play.
Maybe they don't need to warm up.
Yeah, that's it.
Like you and I.
Right?
There they go. Boo. Scotty colors.
Yep.
I don't care. Go for fans to be offended.
Right? About time they show up. Jeez.
What's that?
About time they show up.
They're on Canadian time.
Is it boys and girls tomorrow for Egan?
Yeah, I think girls are 1 and 3. So I'm thinking if you're lucky, varsity's going by like 7:30. Or the boys, I should say.
I wonder how much this weather is going to wreak havoc on all the protests that are supposed to happen. Hopefully it just keeps everybody home.
It won't. No. What's this? After the statewide shutdown, so people can.
What shutdown?
I was tweeting this. They're doubtfully retweeting Fox. So. Alright, so I'm good. Staying warm down there?
Yeah, neither are we.
Greetings and good afternoon from 3M Arena at Mariucci on the campus of the University of Minnesota. JWHL hockey, as we've got the Stanstead College varsity squad out of Stanstead, Quebec. Going to take on the Shattuck St. Mary's Prep Sabres, who are a guest at the JWHL weekend activities here at the U of M. SSM Prep moving left to right across your screen. Maroon with the black trim. Stanstead, red and white. Right to left. Stanstead comes in there 10-2-0 overall. 10-1 in play. In JWHL, I should say. Shattuck St. Mary's Prep, I think I just saw it. 35-6, I believe it said, for their seasons. I quickly glanced at the Shattuck website. Shattuck St. Mary's out of nearby Faribault, Minnesota, about an hour south of where we are currently located here at the U of M, just off the shores of the Mississippi River. Okay, a few blocks, but close enough. Anyway, SSM Prep opportunity. Quick shot. Oh, that puck trickled behind the netminder for Stanstead. Cicely Harnum. First opportunity of the game goes to SSM. SSM, who's got 17 players committed to play collegiate hockey. And 13 on Stanstead are currently committed to play at the next level as well. So lots of talent on the ice for this one. The Sabres of Shattuck St. Mary's Prep against the girls Prep Stanstead College varsity. Outscored 6 of 7 of the Stanstead squad won. They're outscoring their opponents 36-7. 4 of those wins via shutout. Naha White won the first game today, 2-1 over the Washington Pride, and then Northwood won an exhibition game against Shattuck St. Mary's 19 squad. That was 4-0 earlier today here at 3M Arena at Mariucci. Next door to Ritter Arena, home of the Golden Gopher women's hockey team. I understand we'll have some games in there as well over the course of the weekend activities that are, we're just told they are fluid right now about who's going to play when. Could be some changes to the schedule as teams expressing concern about trying to get back home as that storm that is expected to come up from the southeastern part of the U.S. up to the northeast. Here, it's just cold. Game time temperature for this one, by the way, it's 11 below outside here at noontime in Minneapolis. And offside is Stanstead. First whistle of the hockey game. Comes with almost 3 minutes elapsed in this one. Zoe Charland, numbers 21, 6 goals, 10 assists. One of the leading scorers for Stanstead. Looks like their top goal scorer, Rosalie Tremblay's got 10. She wears number 8. Rosalie going to wear the red and white for the University of Wisconsin as well in her future endeavors. Pass across, unable to connect that time. SSM had a couple of players coming down the slot, but just nothing doing for the Sabres. Yeah, we plan. Speaking of Rosalie Tremblay, there goes shot just wide of the cage. Nice wrist shot by the Wisconsin Badger to be. And regrouping this time will be Stanstead in their own zone. Into the SSM zone. Tess Martin, first player back. She wears number 12. A Northeastern University commit. Heading out east for her schooling. This is number 11 for Shattuck St. Mary's, Jillian Klein. Speaking of going out east, she's going to go to Boston College. Both she and Tess are a class of 2026. And Jillian gets upended right in front of the net. We play on. Expect this one to be fast tempo up and down between a couple of very quality squads. Trying to poke that one ahead as SSM, but they do control this time. This is number 7, Ellie Stewart. Stewart's going to play her college hockey not too far from here over at the University of St. Thomas. One of, I believe it's 6 Division I programs here in the state of Minnesota. Minnesota, UMD, Bemidji, Mankato, St. Cloud, and St. Thomas. Lots of opportunities for female hockey players here in the land of 10,000 frozen lakes right now. Backhand, back across. Oh, how did that not go in? Tied up nicely by Stanstead's defender, Penelope Lavoie. SSM nearly 1-0. 2 girls right at that left post. Shot steered aside that time comfortably by Harnum. Harnum, a Syracuse commit, I should say. And she makes another save. Harnum comes into this game 149 is her goals against average. Save percentage right at 900. And for Shattuck St. Mary's, Rowan Huelling is the netminder. Hope I'm saying that right. Ohio State University commit. Try to get some stats on Rowan. We go to the Shattuck St. Mary website. Rowan from Edmonton, Alberta, by the way, 12-1 on the year. Goals against .97. Save percentage 946. Does have 6 shutouts on the year for Shattuck St. Mary's. Their other goaltender, Morgan Stickney, from played a few more games. 151 goals against average. So I'm sure we'll see Morgan before this weekend is over, as Shattuck St. Mary's carries deep into the Stanstead zone. 6.5 gone by here in this one. We are scoreless. And Stanstead able to get that one out of the zone up to Emma Lintner. Lintner, a Vermont commit. A long outlet pass. Instead, it's going to be controlled by Stanstead. Morgan Barbosa, number 18 in red. Or I should say in white with the red trim. Almost a Carolina Hurricane look with the white and the red like that, with the red shoulders. And high off the glass, controlled by the Sabres. Taken out of the play that time. No, actually staying with the puck. Nice individual effort down that slot, that left side by number 10. That was Jane Daly, and we've got a delayed penalty coming up. Stanstead's going to sit, and the penalty is going to be interference at 7:32. First infraction of this hockey game. Number 10 to sit. Charlotte Labriche, 2026 grad, who's going to play at Holy Cross. Interference on the call. First power play of the afternoon goes to Shattuck St. Mary's. Shattuck St. Mary's had some good pressure early on at 5-on-5. Let's see what they can do at a 5-on-4 situation. Nice intercept that time by number 8, Rosalie Tremblay. We mentioned her a couple of times already. Tremblay's going to play some Big Ten hockey. No dangerous play there, controlling the puck in front of her own net. I see Tremblay's got the C on her upper left, or on her left shoulder as well. Yeah, Shattuck to regroup in their own zone. Out they come with a full head of steam. Sloan Hartmetz, who actually is going to play right next door, a future Gopher. In front, shot 1-0, SSM. Snapshot, left circle, power play goal. 8 17. Time of that one. Yeah, it looks like it's number 6. First skater to the bench would be, I go to my Kylie Amelkovich. And if indeed it is Kylie. Kylie, by the way, a Penn State commit. Nice pass across, and that'd be her 17th goal of the season for the Glen Ellen, Illinois native. Stanstead nearly had the opening goal on a great shot by Tremblay that went wide, but it's Shattuck St. Mary on the board first. Man, puck all the way back. Officials are going to call an icing on that one. That surprised me just a little bit. Face-off will come to the left of Shattuck netminder Rowan Hoelling. By the way, Jillian Klein and Sloan Hartman's assists on that goal, by the way, for Shattuck. Face off right where we just started a few seconds ago. Kind of like we've seen this before, recently. Not quite blinking you would have missed it, but not much more than that either. Popped up right at center. Stanstead tried to control it. Little collision there. Their player goes down, and it's Shattuck into the zone. On the right half wall, they're going to circle back up top. From the point, shot. That hit traffic in front. Rebound is there. And another save that time by Harnum. Good pressure again, that time by Shattuck St. Mary's. And it was Hartman's out at the point. Really kind of got things going that time for the Sabres. Stanstead coached by Bernie Pym, Matthew Chan the assistant. Shattuck, Gordy Stafford is the head coach. Meredith Killian, the assistant. And Stanstead, they've got numbers potentially. Nice back check, however, by SSM. Stanstead into the zone, centered across, forehand, tried to go back. Back out in front, nobody there wearing red, however. And it's all the way back to Thurn at the point. It was Emma Kaidas, Kaidas, Kaidas initially on the rush for Stanstead. Delayed penalty, I believe. Or were they offside? I think they were offsides. Official's arm was in the air. Face-off will come just outside the zone in front of the Stanstead bench. Halfway home in this opening period. 1-0, Shattuck St. Mary's. On the power play goal by Amelkovich. Stanstead to regroup. This will be number 12, Penelope Lavoie, BC commit leading the rush. Cutting to the center, long shot. Got just wide of the cage. Good job pinching in that time as a couple of number 14s battling Alexa Jorgantis for Shattuck and 14 Lori Aubin for Stanstead. Tremblay in deep. Have to see if they double shift her. She's been out there a lot so far in the opening 11 minutes. Kept in that time. Going long, centered across. Couldn't quite connect. Coming back across. And the save is made. Good scoring opportunity that there for Stanstead. I believe that was Keisha Zonin. Number 9 in white. Keisha yet to commit for her collegiate plans. class of 2027, so she's got time. Does have 4 goals, 6 assists coming into this one. Hit there behind the boards. Yeah, no checking, but incidental contact. No whistle. Official's just going to let them play along the. Oh, as I say that, they blow the whistle. A little 2-on-2 there, and official just kind of sat there and watched it, and not quite hand in the pocket, but close. Draw controlled by Shattuck, St. Mary's. But it's going to be Stanstead. Oh, tried to get the long breakup, but a nice intercept that time by Brooklyn O'Brien for Shattuck, 19. Brooklyn is heading to Merrimack College. She is tied up over on that far side by Stanstead's defender. I think that was 13 out there, Berta Mazzali. Back out, kind of flop that one in. Stays in the zone. A couple of fresh players on for Shattuck St. Mary's, and here come a couple of more with a line change. Stanstead looking to break it out, backhanded, just a little touch pass into the zone as they break up, or put on fresh 4. Nearly sent in a Daly alone for Shattuck. Jane Daly, number 10, she's going to The Ohio State University. Part of the from Shattuck St. Mary's Prep to Columbus, Ohio. Oh, losing a blade that time, coming around the net. That was Toom. And just keeping that puck out of the zone that time was Shattuck St. Mary's. Pressure advantage SSM so far. Not many whistles either. I like the flow to this hockey game. A couple of top teams going at it. Puck lost in the skates that time. Finally cleared out of the way by Maylee LaForge. LaForge, 22. Dartmouth is her commitment. All the way down. Should be an ice. No, they're going to say that was tipped on the way through. Just as we said, very few whistles. I thought we were going to have one. Here comes Shattuck the other way. Darren Bacher, number 15. Mary Darren Bacher, Badger to be over at UW. About 4 hours east on Interstate 94 will get you to Madison, Wisconsin. Opportunity in front. Tremblay, speaking of future Badgers. And Shattuck going to send that one down. That one should be an ice. Arm is in the air. Whistle is blown with 5:35 to go in the first. One rip. Shattuck St. Mary's. The Sabres. Kalia Melkovich, lone goal. 8:17 on the power play. For those of you just tuning in. Watching a little JWHL exhibition hockey with Shattuck St. Mary's against Stanstead. Oh, big save that time. You could hear that thud on the shot. Sid Boss Crone down the lane, I should say, for Shattuck St. Mary's. She's a 2028 grad. 2-on-2 into the zone. Stanstead high up off the glass. Stanstead looking to get something set up offensively once again. They've had a couple of chances, but it's been one shot and done too often thus far for Stanstead. Well, dangerous play there. I was able to get it out of harm's way as Julia Sharp just wisely sent it to her teammate along the boards. Shattuck very aggressive that time. Another shot. Blocker save. Rebound is there. But it is cleared out of harm's way. Couldn't quite be kept in by Tess Martin back at the point. Little bouncing puck. But Shattuck St. Mary quickly back into the Stanstead zone. That guy, they caught Stanstead in a line change. Will it work for him? Backhand, nice move and a goal. Shattuck St. Mary's. Amelkovich, give her two. 16:01 time of that one. We'll see who gets the assist on that goal, but I'm going to. I mean, somebody sent that down low to a gal at the left dot, caught Amelkovich, and just a nice move to put the deke on Harnum. And it's 2-0. So we'll wait for the official stuff to get posted. Tess Martin with one assist, and Jane Daly with the other. So Daly poked it in. Martin cross. Or it might have been Martin and then Daly. Martin is a defender. Daly's a forward. Bottom line, 2-rip. Shattuck. Oh, trying to get it in front. They had somebody coming down the slot that time. Taylor Field. 13 in black. Or maroon, I guess you would say. That's a very dark maroon Shattuck St. Mary's has. Black trim, however, up on the shoulders. Touched in. Fresh 5 upcoming for Shattuck St. Mary's. Stanstead looking to poke it out of the zone. Trying to get past a couple of defenders, unable to do so that time. And Shattuck again into the offensive zone. They're going to circle down low with Ellie Stewart. Back out Stanstead. 2-on-2 potential if they get going. Here's Aubin, a Connecticut commit. Nice back check, or getting back in the play that time. Number 11 for Shattuck, Jillian Klein. Just a good heads-up play by Jillian. Far side. Under 2:25 to go in a period. SSM has definitely gotten the better of it. It's 2-0, but it could be worse the way they've been moving the puck around, especially in that zone for Stanstead. This was at Stanstead out of Quebec, Canada. 10-2 coming into this one. Had the JWHL lead, although Northwood took that over as they won their game right before this. An opportunity, Stanstead. Gal upended, no call there. None needed either. It was good, no call. All the way down, regrouping this time for Stanstead. This is Lavoie. 12 in white, intercepted that time, SSM. Stanstead coming back the other way. They're just going to dump it into the zone off the stick of Zoe Charland. You said Zoe, a Vermont commit. Going from Quebec over to Vermont. Play for the Catamounts. 1:21 to go, opening period. It stays a 2-0 hockey game in favor of, I should say, Shattuck St. Mary's. Just the one penalty so far was an interference call against Stanstead, and that resulted in a goal for Shattuck St. Mary's. Deep into the zone. Odd angle shot. Good save that time. Down there by Harnum. Read that well. That one's just going to be tipped in as SSM makes what's probably the last line change of this period with just 36 seconds to go. Stanstead will make their line change as well. Opportunity, puck loose in neutral. Here comes Tremblay. 1-on-3, backhand, skate, forehand, knocked down. Stays with it, however. Nice individual effort by Tremblay. But it's going to be SSM 13 seconds. Back across looking for the tip. They had a gal coming down the slot. That was a Malkovich, nearly a Hattie natural variety here in the first. And looking up at the clock was Emma Cerruti. Emma saw there were 3 seconds, circled behind the net. So 2-0 our score after 1. Take a little break after this hockey game, and back to 4 o'clock here local time. It'll be the Pacific Steelers against the Minnesota Ice Cougars, another team that was invited to play this weekend, based out of Roseville, Minnesota. Probably get from here to the Roseville Arena in not much time at all, under 10 minutes, I think. Kind of. By the way, shots on goal that first period, 13-4 in favor of Shattuck St. Mary's. Yeah, they dominated. Stanstead, I believe, is scheduled to play again at 8 o'clock tonight against Northwood. Top couple of JWHL teams. That should be a good hockey game. Again, scheduled for 8 o'clock here in Minneapolis. 9 o'clock in, would it be 9 o'clock in Quebec? I believe they are an hour ahead of us. Now we have stick pounding by Stanstead as we start the second period. Stanstead, look, I think it's going to be huge for Stanstead to get that next goal as they are down by a 2-0 count. Boy, SSM's been moving the puck. I'm not sure they're going to get much opportunity to, if they go down, if Stanstead goes down by 3. And here comes Stanstead. Thinking about a drop pass, couldn't quite connect as SSM had their defender in the way. That was Daly that came back to break that one up. Interesting line change right with the puck in front of their bench, but not a too many player opportunity. Backhand, and that puck is somewhere underneath the netminder. Cicely Harnum didn't quite know where it was, did the Syracuse commit. However, it didn't go in. So it stays 2-0. There's Ellie Stewart putting on the pressure that time, number 7. Like she is out there right now with Jillian Klein, 11, and Mary Derenbacher for SSM. That shot blocked on the way through. That one might sting a little bit. That was number 11, Natalia Chenier. Holy Cross commit, along with Charlotte Lebret, number 10. Going to be Crusaders 2-on-1. Opportunity, big save that time, Howlings. Nice job standing that one up. Once again, here's Stewart. Stop, spin. Try to get it back out front. Backhand across, nothing there. Cleared out, but not all the way out. Minute and a half gone by in the second. And so we test Martin to regroup for SSM. And puck instead goes the other way. Morgan Barbusa, a Connecticut College commit. SSM, they've got to play down that slide. Nice defensive play coming across that time. Emma Kaidas. Or Kaidas, maybe. Kaidas. Again, we apologize. We didn't get name pronunciations. Near side boards trying to poke that one out. And unable to do so. Couldn't go out the right side. Try the left side. That didn't work either. It was aggressive forecheck. SSM. They circled down low. Alexa Dragantis. Thought she was going to shoot from there. Sent it across. Tried to find the gal in front. Might have been Dorgantis in the middle. There, the rebound. Oh, couldn't. That was Dorgantis with the shot. Nice setup that time. Coming across, I believe that was Melkovic. Who gets it back. Down low. Monica Barras. Going to go play for Colgate. Should be wearing the red and white in the future. Oh, couldn't quite lose. Got the puck back, however, was Daly. Again, good pressure. Oh, golden opportunity. Just overskating the puck on the near side. I think it was, that was number 21, Bria Schilling. That's one of those where you're going to say she might be seeing that one in her dreams. But, Schilling, she's going to play for Cornell. Boy, another opportunity for SSM. Kate Hall, 22 for SSM, also a Cornell commit. Gets that one out of the zone, did Stanstead, I should say. Not sure. I think Stanstead could use a whistle about now. Not going to get it there. SSM just continues to ramp up the pressure. So, see if they can get something come out of the zone this time. Dior Stringer. She'll be back in Minnesota. She's going to play for Bemidji State. Future Beaver. And that one's steered aside. Well, Whaling, one of the few times she's had to make a save this afternoon for SSM. And SSM trying to break that one off the boards and out. Nice defensive play that time. Lauren Showalter got back for SSM. Got a little hit behind the boards for her efforts. Call that a tap. Into the zone again. Here comes Shattuck. Where have we said that before? Stanstead tried to get it across just a hair behind Tremblay in the slot. And another shot save, Hoelling, and that one's going to come back out. We're Sharp will need to regroup it for Stanstead. Deep into the zone, they're going to regroup is SSM. Stewart regrouping. Stewart grew up in nearby Minnetonka, Minnesota. Now down at Shattuck. Opportunity outside of the net that time. The shot for Stanstead. Another opportunity. And that one, I thought it went up into the netting. The players kind of had to point to the officials on that one. Not sure if the official must have just lost it in flight. Bottom line, face off. SSM zone. Shattuck St. Mary's Prep 2-0 lead. Couple of first period goals. No tallies yet for either squad here in the opening 6+ minutes of this period. 2-on-2 potential. Shattuck. Amelkovic. Already looking for the Hattie. So she had a couple in that first period. Another odd shot that time. Welling with a save for Shattuck. Oh, down in front. Caught it, fell down. Very Minnesota Twins-like right there. We can say that, can't we? Yeah. Oh, back. Oh, that was almost a beautiful tic-tac-toe. But an excellent defensive play by number 23. That was Emilia Labonte. And that one's going to go just wide of the pipe. And that one does squirt out. Shattuck St. Mary's to regroup. .12.5 to go in the second. Will Zamboni after this period. A little bit of a breather for both squads. That should be an icing. Yes. Officials clearly saw that one. I think it was the same official that lost it in the netting before. Not to chide the officials. They got a hard job out there. Nobody's ever happy with them. I always think the best thing about an official is if nobody notices you. Shattuck St. Mary's again. Trying to cycle in his own. Oh, fighting that one off. Literally, I think, was Cicely Harnum. I wasn't sure whether to glove that one or just hit the chest in the way. Bottom line, puck did not go in. And we stay 2-0. We're just deep behind the end line. Good pressure again by Shattuck as Stanstead finally able to, get that one out. Poked in that time by Mazzoli. Mazzoli, she goes down. She's got 3 goals, 5 helpers on the year for Stanstead. Tied up, picked up by Stanstead, dumped into the zone off the stick of Emma Cadis. Coming around near side, trying to get somebody in front. Defensive play, somebody from SSM got in the way, didn't quite make out the number. And, I thought they were sure that was an offside against Shattuck St. Mary. Out on the near side, the gal couldn't quite keep her skate. And Shattuck's going to ultimately put 4 fresh players on. Stanstead able to poke that one out. Number 7 in for Stanstead. That was Lauren Zhu. And Lauren was right at the end of her shift, so she was gassed. Really didn't have much left to go after that puck. And the other number 7, that time is Ellie Stewart. As we approach the halfway point of this hockey game. Again, 2-0. Shattuck St. Mary's. Circling. Trombley got it far side. Hoelling right there for the save. It might have been Labonte pinching in. Check that it was Maylee LaForge that came in on that opportunity. The left-handed shot. Now, one of the better scoring opportunities so far for Stanstead. But they remain with a goose egg on their side of the board. Cranking a little music here, but for stoppages. They weren't doing that for the earlier couple of games. SSM once again controlling. Can they get it out of their own zone? They can with a pass up ahead to number 10, Daly. She sends it rink wide down the slot, 1 on about 3. Kate Hall unable to get much of anything on that shot. Try to get it back in front. That goes just wide. Back in, they were trying to get Daly coming down. Might have had a couple defenders looking the other way, but could not get the puck to her. Stanstead opportunity, boy. There's a lot of chasing the puck for Stanstead. Daly, breakaway. And big save that time. Harnum to keep this a 2-goal game. A Melkovich opportunity for goal number 3. She's thwarted as well. Couple of big saves there by Cicely Harnum. We said she comes in with a 149 goals against average. 900 on the save percentage, which would actually be 90% if you want to Move the decimal accordingly. In front, big save, pad save that time. Read that one well to the netminder. Well, it just feels like a matter of time before this becomes a 3-0 hockey game. Shattuck St. Mary's just keeping on the pressure. As we said, Stanstead struggling to get things set up offensively and a little too much puck chasing in the neutral zone. Shattuck keeping that one as they go into the corner. Puck is right along the boards. It goes cleared out of the harm's way. Sent around. And Stanstead gets something going this time. Just backhanding that one, a little dump and chase. Barbosa dumps it in for Stanstead. Able to get some fresh skaters out. Opportunity, Darren Bacher. Nice job of controlling the puck while the rest of her teammates change up. So they're going to send it back down low. Barris, the Colgate commit. Stewart, I should say, number 7. Stewart, the St. Thomas commit. Stanstead coming out the other way. Penelope Lavoie trying to break out of the zone. There's a check from behind. Yeah, that one's going to get called, I think, every time in this league. And it'll be the first penalty of the game against Shattuck St. Mary's. And it'll be Darren Bacher to sit. I don't know if they're going to call it a cross-check. It is going to be cross-check officially. Yeah, got her right in the back. 13:09. Well, great opportunity for Stanstead to get some momentum. And ideally for them, a goal. Make this a 1-goal game. As a couple of Stanstead players come down off the draw. Whistles because we've got an injury. Oh, I think Tremblay, I should say, kind of landed just a little bit awkward, a little slow to get up. She is out at the face-off circle, but now she's going to come to the bench along with pretty much the rest of that power play unit. Face-off's going to come outside the zone. That took all of 5 seconds off the power play. And send it back up top. It's interesting, they have 3 players up on the blue line. Looking for the return. Oh, couldn't quite pull the trigger on the rebound. Stanstead opportunity. It was number 10 right on the doorstep. Charlotte Lebrecq. Or Lebrecq? L-A-B-R-E-C-H-E. I'm going to guess Lebrecq. Again, apologize if we're erring on some names. We were given rosters, not pronunciations. Bottom line is you're able to watch your Stanstead College squad against Shattuck St. Mary's Prep. Here from 3M Arena at Mariucci. Friday afternoon hockey. Maybe an opportunity to enjoy your lunch while watching some hockey. That one through traffic somehow. Hoelling made the stop on that one. Hit the blocker, and I think she pounced on it. With 36 to go. Power play opportunity for Stanstead. Tremblay back out. Good to see. She'll take the draw. Got Charlie Pample on the Long Island commit at right wing. Left wing is Zoe Charland. We said she's going to go to Vermont. 14 and 12 back on defensive. That's Penelope Lavoie and Lori Aubin. Although Aubin's 14. Auburn's going to get it back up top, send it across. Down low. Auburn's all alone up top here. She was calling for the puck. Quick pass back across from the slot. Quick shot. That hit traffic. Good opportunity. Nice puck movement that time. Stanstead. 5 seconds to go on the player advantage. Auburn shot. That was blocked. SSM coming out of the box that time was Derenbacher. Couldn't quite get her to the puck on a break. Oh, a big collision there. No official's arms go in the air, and we've got another save by Harnum. We're down to 4:33 here at Mariucci Arena. 3M Arena at Mariucci. Go for men play here. Go for women next door at Ritter Arena. Excellent facilities. The two rinks are attached. That goes just wide. And then another opportunity. Big save that time by Harnum. I think she was just trying to redirect that with the stick and missed on that, but still able to make the save. I was going to say, I think some of the games tomorrow are actually at Ritter as well. Here and there. Four minutes to go in this second period. And another puck cover. Haven't seen the shots on goal update, but it was 13-4. Shattuck St. Mary's after one. And it's got to be some kind of similar ratio, I think, here in this second period. That goes wide. Shot. Another save. Down in front, opportunity. That puck is loose. That puck is still loose somehow. Boy, that was a couple of great opportunities for Mary Derenbacher. And somehow this stays a 2-0 game. Somebody checked the rabbit's foot or the horseshoe for Stanstead. Somehow the puck did not make its way in. Referee's just letting him play over there on the wall. And just backhanded in that time by Labonte, and then she'll head to the bench. She and her four fellow Stanstead players, because they put a fresh 5 out. Should be nice. It is. Face off to the left of Cicely Harnum. Tremblay to draw for Stanstead. Won that time. Melkovich got the better of it, but it's going to be controlled by Stanstead. Two and a half to go here in this second period. Feels like it's a question of can Stanstead hold off Shattuck St. Mary's, but with an opportunity like this, they've got a 3-on-2 if they hurry. Tremblay shot. Big save that time. Rebound gobbled up. Nice job by Howelling. Got that right shoulder on the initial shot. And then quickly got the mitt down to, that was Lavoie that got robbed that time. Or Stanstead. Had a good look at it. But just better saves. Shattuck looking to get that long out. That puck was tipped on the way through. So there is no icing. Official right there on the call. Trying to walk out in front. Puck pops up. Somehow it stays out of it. Another opportunity. That goes just wide off the stick of Jorgantis. And up into the netting will get a whistle. Looking down at Harnum, the goaltender, is just kind of like down on her knees and kind of like leaning forward a little bit. Like, I don't know if she thought the net was going to come over on top, or probably a little gassed as well back there. I mean, she's been very busy in that blue paint this period. Or one could argue really much of the entire game. But we've got a penalty on Stanstead. I missed that. Emily Labonte to sit with 1:38 to go. Did not see the call. Shattuck St. Mary 1 for 1 on the power play thus far this afternoon. And Stanstead wisely knocks that one almost all the way down. And it does finally go beyond the goal line. .105 to go in the period, all of which will be on the power play, of course, unless Shattuck St. Mary's is to score. You'd have about 22 seconds of power play to start the third if they are unable to light the lamp. Regrouping in her own end with the puck. Sloan Hartmetz. Sloan had an assist on that first goal this afternoon for SSM. And she's shadowed nicely that time by Aubin. Future Gopher and a future Husky. Darren Bacher, left side, loses the puck. Kept in. Melkovich kind of looked at the official like, did I hold it or didn't I? And she safely dropped it. Did not close her hand on the puck. .11 seconds left. Period number 2. Melkovich wins the draw, sends it back. Can Shattuck get a shot off? They're going to send it low. Might have to get it in front to have an opportunity. And that was knocked out down behind the end line. Very smart play by Penelope Lavoie to prohibit SSM from getting a final shot. But as it is, after 2 periods of play, it's Shattuck St. Mary's Prep 2. Stanstead College Varsity nothing. We're going to take a break and we'll be back with the third period in a little while. You're watching JWHL Hockey. Welcome back inside 3M Arena at Mariucci. Third period just underway. Here between Shattuck, St. Mary's, and Stanstead. Deep down the right side, here comes Shattuck St. Mary's. As we said, they're up by 2-0 count. Started with a brief power play this period that has since expired. Oh, that hit the inside of the post. Somehow did not go in. Nearly, dare we say, a 3-0 dagger for that one. Face-off will come to the left of Stanstead. Netminder Cicely Harnum. Shots on goal through 2 periods, 29-17 in favor of Shattuck. St. Mary's, it was 16-13 back in that second period. Trying to get it out of the zone this time is Stanstead. They definitely need to get one early here to get back into this one. Back around the nets, keeping the pressure on Stanstead, trying to get this one out of harm's way. There's a big collision just outside the blue line. We play on, no incidental contact. Puck deep into the zone for Stanstead. Down low, center in front, opportunity. Big block there by Stanstead's defender. That was number 6, Julia Sharp. Called Julia's name a few times today. Good, again, good puck movement. SSM, that one I think got a piece of it that time going through. That was Harnum with another save. Another save for Harnum. Turn, go. Upended. We've got a penalty upcoming on Shattuck St. Mary's. Going to be a trip. Pretty easy call right in front of the official. With this one coming at 2:38 of the third. Lily Brodsky will be sitting for Shattuck St. Mary's. Again, not quite got to have it power play right here for Stanstead, but it's pretty close to it. You're down 2-0 at full strength. There's been a lot of Shattuck controlling play. You get one, not only do you get within one, but you maybe get the momentum clearly on your side. Got Shattuck maybe gripping their sticks a little too tight kind of thing. You never know. And that one's going to come back out. 25 seconds elapsed in the power play. Drop pass. Here they come. Tremblay, I should say. She'll circle. Sends it back up top. Cross ice near side. Lebrecht. Down low. Shot from the slot. That one trickles just wide. Not sure if Pamplon got a piece of that in front. There's Lebrecht once again, long shot. That was deflected by a defender in front. Kylie Amelkovich getting in the way of that one. That one does stay just inside the zone. Power play halfway over. 16-12 to go in the hockey game. Tremblay. A little bit of a change behind the play. Stanstead. Players not exactly sprinting off the bench that time for Stanstead when they come onto the ice. Shot from way out. That was knocked down in front. And they're going to leave it cross ice pass. Coming down right off the bench. That time with a full head of steam. Shot. Nope, that one got blocked on the way through. Tremblay still out there, number 8. And that one's going to come all the way back down. With 8 seconds to go in the man advantage. Or I should say the player advantage. And out of the box, full strength is Shattuck St. Mary's. Applause from the bench. I believe that was. Deep into the corner, Zonin, number 9 for Stanstead, I should say. And looking for that long outlet pass was Daly. You can see her looking kind of behind her like, hey, I'm up here, and we've got a penalty upcoming on. It's going to be against Stanstead, and it's going to be, I think, a trip. To get the official word. It is a trip. So Shattuck St. Mary's 23 sat. Now it's time for 23 of Stanstead to sit, and that'll be Emily Labonte will sit for tripping. Just over 5 minutes will be the time of that infraction. 3-0. Power play goal, number 2 for Shattuck. Get the official scoring. We'll wait for that to be posted to see who got it. Got to admit, I didn't see it. It's going to be Sloan Hartmutz with the goal. Time of that one will be 5:21 on the power play. Darren Bacher and Amelkovich getting the assists. So Amelkovich now has 2 goals and an assist today. They count 6 players with points for Shattuck St. Mary's thus far. And looking for more. Oh, big hit going into the zone. Yeah, you got to call that one. That's a pretty easy call, and I think that's just a frustration penalty against Stanstead's number 6, Sharp. I would imagine it's either going to be a rough or a check. It's going to be a rough officially. 5:53. Time of that one. So Shattuck thus far is 2 for 3 on the power play. And we've got a high stick. So Stanstead is going to give him a 5-on-3 advantage as that comes just 3 seconds later than the other penalty. Timeout taken by Stanstead. You've got to cool down the gals, I should say. Trying to catch the number of the player in the box that was the second player in for Stanstead. It's like I'm just looking down at where the scoreboard is in the end clock, and there's just something blocking where the number is on that player, and I can't quite make it out across the ice from our vantage point. It's Charlotte Lebrecq, they say, with the penalty on the high stick. So 5-on-3 Shattuck St. Mary's. Already up 3-0. 5-on-3 for 157. I think you could say if they haven't put this one away already, you very well could. You go up by a 4-0 or even a 5-0 count with the player advantage. But a huge kill upcoming for Stanstead. And that starts with a nice job of just clearing it all the way down the ice. 13, 22, and 23. Berta, Moseley, LaForge, and Labonte out for Stanstead here on the kill. And couldn't quite get that one all the way out. Kept in by Hartmutz. Hartmutz gets it back. She had that other power play goal moments ago. Another opportunity. Oh, sliding across. Big save by Cicely Harnum. Read that extremely well. Got across, made the save. Hartmutz, I think, she had 85% of the net to shoot at there, I think. Hartmutz back up top. Quarterback on the power play for SSM. Gets it back. Thought about shooting. Sends it back across. Hartman, didn't get all of that one at all. Nice job thus far by Stanstead keeping their 3 defenders right in front of their netminder to keep these SSM to the outside. Back across. No, couldn't get the shot off. Another opportunity. That one hit a defender, but does get out of the zone. Stanstead to be able to get a fresh 3 kill on the ice with 36 to go in the 2-player advantage for SSM. It was Daly and Hartmutz that were just kind of pitching and catching back there. Hartmutz down low. In front, nobody there wearing the black. And they're going to be able to clear that one out of harm's way. 13 to go in the 2-player advantage. Big lift potentially here for Stanstead. Able to kill off first the 5-on-3, and ultimately it's going to be a 5-on-4 because that puck's going to go all the way back down as well. 5-on-5 hockey. Stanstead, a kill, or kills, plural, really they had to have. SSM had some chances, but just could not light the lamp. Coming down that's Berto Moseley, or Moseley. Shot, no, nothing doing that time. And trying to get a tip, I think, coming down the slot. That was Moseley. Back up top. Shot top of the slot, through traffic, lively bounce, but not quite out to where Moseley was, at the side of the cage. 11-11 to go in this one. 3-0 Shattuck St. Mary's. Shattuck St. Mary's prep, I should say. We had their 19U team in the game before this. Got beat by Northwood School, I should say. Took the better of that one just a little bit ago on this ice. That was a 4-0 count. And this one stays a 3-0 game on another save. That couple of saves that time. Welling that time got the right pad out. Slow to get up is Aubin. And she'll head to the bench as a whistle will stop play anyway. Trying to take a look at Aubin on the bench. Maybe just got the wind knocked out of her a little bit. She was kind of hit down in front. Looks like she's talking to either an assistant coach or a trainer. I believe that's an assistant coach. A little pat on the back from her teammates, a little arm around her. She'll be fine, it appears. Into the zone. Here comes Stanstead once again. Shot redirected. Again, howling on that one. Wellig. Comes Shattuck down that left wing. Cutting to the front. Try to go high over the shoulder. Nice opportunity. Good idea. Mary Derenbacher couldn't quite get it, however. That would have been a pretty goal. That goes just wide off the stick of Zhu. Centers it across. Nobody there wearing red and white, however. Shattuck, long outlet pass. Couldn't quite get Daly that time going down. And we've got a, they're not going to call it. 3-0 game. Thought we had another trip coming up there on Stanstead. Oh! Shattuck nearly makes it 4-0. Couldn't quite get to her backhand that time. I believe that was a Melkovich. It was. That would have been a Hattie. So she'll just dump it in this time. 9:16 and counting. Opportunity, Tremblay coming through. Boy, I like the speed Rosalie Tremblay can show for Stanstead. Stanstead is pulling the goalie already with 8:55 to go. As we say that, there is a, you know what, there was a delayed penalty. I missed the initial signal. I just looked down, I'm like, whoa, wait a minute, there's no goalie. Time of this one, 11:05. Again, Lily Brodsky going to sit for Shattuck. It's her second penalty of the period for Shattuck. Good puck movement right now. Shot. Got a piece of that one on his way through. Was willing to steal that aside. Another opportunity. Tremblay leaves it. Intercept that time Shattuck, and they're able to clear that one out of harm's way. By the way, the Brodsky call was a slash. Puck far side. Yep, everybody does stay on side. A quick moment of hesitation by Stanstead. Back up top. Centered it cross. Pocket picked. 2-on-1. Opportunity. Here comes Daly. Shorthanded across. Back to Daly. Oh, she missed the open net. Beautiful setup between she and a Melkovich. He just sent it through the blue paint. Would have been a shorty. They've got 2 power play goals already. That's SSM. And glove save. Welling had a good look at that. Easy save for the Ohio State commit. .25 to go in the player advantage for Stanstead. Back up top in the circles. No, couldn't quite get the shot off. Going the other way, potentially. Opportunity. Shorthanded breakaway. No, stop that time. That was Derenbacher with the opportunity. Derenbacher's got an assist, looking to get a G as well. Back at full strength is Shattuck. And we've got another penalty upcoming. Presumably it's on Shattuck. And indeed it is. It's heading to the box. Emma Cerruti. Interference will be the call against Emma. So just 4 seconds after the previous power play expired for Stanstead, they're back on it. .50 to go in this one. Stanstead down by 3. One-timer. Oh, it was set up. Tremblay just didn't get a real good whack at that puck. Kind of went off the inside of her stick. Back up top. Good puck movement again. Stanstead in front. And SSM able to, can't quite clear it out. Got a couple of whacks at it, but Stewart couldn't quite push it out across the blue line. Kept in. Here's Lavoie. And had it, lost it. This will be Lavoie once again. Cross ice. Tried to get it cross ice. But getting her stick in the way that time was Stewart. All the way down. And forced to regroup halfway through this power play opportunity for Stanstead. Said they had won 6 of 7 coming into this one. Scoring their opponents 36-7 in that stretch. But held off the score sheet thus far is the team from Quebec. Shot through that trick just wide. That might have been deflected on the way through by Chenier. .5:14 to go in the game. 22 to go in the power play as we get a puck out of play. Coming up, we've got action again at 4 o'clock with Pacific Steelers against the Minnesota Ice Cougars. And then games again at 6 and 8 tonight. Local time, I should say. Opportunity in front. Stop and backhand. 4-0 Shattuck. Daly will get the goal on this one. Just a nice pass across, and this time Daly did not miss. 15:05 will be the time. For Daly, that's goal number 16 of the season. She mentioned Hartmetz's goal back earlier in this period. That was her 7th of the year, and we've got a SSM player down in the corner. Did not see what happened, but I heard the thud. Clock will stop. Did not see if she lost a blade or had some assistance hitting the boards. Medical personnel quickly on the ice. Both goaltenders down on one knee. You can see the trainer getting helped out onto the ice surface. Oh, good to see she was at least moving her legs. All right, yeah, good sign there. She's going to be able to get up. Definitely wobbly, getting some help from her teammates. Still can't make out a number. Looks like it is number 21, Bria Schilling. The trainer's coming over to maybe have a talk with her on the bench, but Hopefully everything turns out okay there for Bria. And we mentioned Bria. She is a Cornell commit. Looks like she is talking to the trainer on the bench and everything. And we've got another penalty upcoming. I believe it's going to be on Stanstead. Whenever they touch the puck, we'll get the call. But right now, nice job of keep away by Shattuck St. Mary's. It's down below the goal line. All the way out. And this should get us our whistle with 3:44 to go in this one. Interference, or a hold actually, I think they're going to say, is the call. Number 24 to sit. That's Dior Stringer. We said earlier, Dior's going to be playing about 4 hours north of here up at Bemidji State in the future. By the way, on that daily goal back at 15:10, assist to Emelkovic and Tess Martin. So Emelkovic, nice afternoon, 2 goals, 2 assists for Kylie, the future Penn State Nittany Lion. Quick shot, nice read that time though by Harnum. She was all over that one. Harnum has seen a lot of rubber coming her way, but she's looked good down there. Made some big stops. .109 to go. Man advantage. Trying to see if we get maybe some fresh numbers out here for Shattuck St. Mary's on the PP. Instead of Darren Becker opportunity. Give and go. Shot from way out. Backhand Darren Becker. That puck squirts into the blue but finds its way out of the crease. Emelkovic right there. Nearly another opportunity for a hat trick. She scored at 8:17 and 16:01 of the first, and here she comes again. On that far side, she'll just circle low. Back up top, Darren Becker. 12 to go in the advantage. Under 2 minutes to go in the hockey game. And out of harm's way, they'll just dump the puck down is Stanstead. .130 to go. Long shot through traffic. Doing that time. Number 17 on the ice right now is Amila Advani. Might be the first time we've called Mila today for Shattuck. Whistle. 58.1. It's time remaining. Can Stanstead get one before the final buzzer? They have it in the zone. Shot through traffic. No. how Welling would she's going to improve to 13-1 on the season with what appears to be her 7th shutout of the year. Assuming Stanstead doesn't get one here late, and with 14 seconds to go on the puck in their end, I don't think that's much of a worry. Just along the boards, scored it out. Play until the buzzer, and that is going to do it from 3M Arena at Mariucci. Our final score, Shattuck St. Mary's Prep 4. Stanstead College Varsity, nothing. Again, number 6 of the big game, Kylie Amelkovich. 2 goals, 2 assists for Shattuck St. Mary's. Shots on goal, by the way, 40-26. Your final shots on goal in this one. Gonna wrap it up here, 3M Arena at Mariucci. Appreciate you watching. Stay warm and be sure to check back when action continues again at 4 o'clock on JWHL Hockey. Enjoy the rest of your afternoon.